What's going on, guys? My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. As always, on this show, we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in fashion news, sports, film, and television from around the world. Let's go. So we might have a new Superman in the works, and he could be from Wakanda. That's right, Michael B. Jordan, who played Killmonger in Black Panther, is reportedly in talks with Warner Bros. To cross over from the Marvel world of Black Panther to the DC universe of Man of Steel. There's obviously plenty of other actors competing for the role, and the film wouldn't come out for another couple of years, but we can hope, right? Now, Black Panther showed us that Chadwick Boseman can play a superhero. In his new action movie 21 Bridges, the actor plays a detective in search of justice. On the film's red carpet, the cast named their favorite action stars. The King of Wakanda has a hard time choosing a favorite.
Bruce Willis, has, if you're talking about action and talking about how to play up certain moments, I love him as an actor. I love De Niro. I love Denzel. I can't pick one person. I love a lot of actors.
As for actor Morocco Omari, he seemed to agree with Boseman on Bruce Willis and included some other action heroes that stood out for him.
Bruce Lee. Does that count? I mean, he's martial artist, but Bruce Lee was great. Who else? Bruce Willis is great. Yeah, man, I think about those guys. The Rock is good. There's some good guys in there, Wesley Snipes was great. He's great now.
The director of the new film, Queen and Slim, Melina Matsoukas, got her start from directing Beyonce videos, including the 2016 Grammy Award-winning Formation, which includes messages and images of police officers and the message that says, "Stop shooting us." So, Matsoukas says that it was important for her to see how Beyonce felt about the new film, in which the couple's first date spirals out of control after they are racially profiled by a white police officer. Asked about Beyonce's reaction to the film, Matsoukas said that it was everything you could want as a trusted collaborator.
That is a woman who gave me an opportunity when no one else would. I had just graduated from grad school and I had made a couple videos, and she really loves to give opportunities to young artists, and she did. And we did some of my very early work together, and then obviously we've collaborated since then and built a real trust and friendship and a sisterhood.
As for relating to those in the film, the cast director and writer of Queen and Slim says that they all know exactly how the main characters feel when they are presumed guilty during a routine traffic stop that ends in gunfire. Get Out star Daniel Kaluuya plays Slim.
Yeah, just being black in a Western society. I think a lot of people can identify with that. I think it's very common. It's so common, it's casual. So it's happened to me, and I'm just like, oh yes, that happened. Yeah.
Writer and producer Lena Waithe says that there's always extra tension being pulled over as a black person.
I always feel a sense of trauma when I get pulled over. It's like, because the history that police have with black people and that I've seen on television, on the news, since I was as a young person, just me being a black person getting pulled over is a very different experience for me.
Now, feature films on slavery have always been part of Hollywood since the beginning of the film industry. But a few of those stories are told from the perspective of the slaves themselves. VOA's Penelope Pelou tells us about the new film, Harriet. Let's check it out.
Filmmaker Cassie Lemons says it was time for Hollywood to tell Tubman's story.
A woman who is this brave and this strong and this single-minded and this courageous, I think it's a wonderful time for that. It's a wonderful time to celebrate womanhood. It's a wonderful time to celebrate American heroes.
Recent films about slavery told from the perspective of slaves include 12 Years a Slave by filmmaker Steve McQueen and The Birth of a Nation by filmmaker Nate Parker.
Swinging in the southern breeze.
In the Me Too era, Harriet is the first feature film to focus on a historic female slave figure. Cynthia Erivo plays Harriet.
Would you like to pick a new name?
Harriet Tubman. You see Harriet as a woman, not just as the superhero. And because you get to see her as a woman, her being a superhero is all the more important because of the things that she had to go through.
Don't you tell me what I can't do.
The film has garnered positive reviews for fleshing out Harriet into a spirited young woman. But there is also criticism. Twitter users using the hashtag #NotMyHarriet criticized the casting of Erivo, a British actor of Nigerian descent, in the character of a celebrated African-American icon. They also argue that the film includes a fictional character, a black bounty hunter, and utilizes fictional white characters who come to Harriet's rescue along her journey. GMU media professor Richard T. Craig says audiences are sensitive to formulas such as the white savior that might undermine the film's authentic voice.
It's just part of the developing nature of telling these stories, especially sensitive stories, that are historical and about a time in America's history that America's not proud of.
As part of events marking 400 years since the first enslaved Africans arrived in North America, Ghana's landmark Year of Return, including granting citizenship to 126 members of the wider African diaspora, including African Americans. During a ceremony for the country's newest citizens decorated in colorful traditional outfits and holding the country's national flag, President Nana Akufo-Addo told the group, quote, "You have the responsibility of preserving and promoting the image of a country whose reputation amongst the Committee of Nations is today high." Angolan singer Puro Prata brought his Kuduro tunes to the United States, and VOA's Myra de la Salette sat down with the star to learn how Kuduro helped him and his family overcome difficult times.
Angolan Kuduro artist Puto Prata is famous for his hits such as Grua, Zwata Zwata, and most recently, Wakanda. But how did Kuduro happen in his life? He says he used to do rap battles, but an elder told him he could do better.
We had an elder in our neighborhood that used to tell me, "You have great skills, so instead of saying offensive things, try to write songs about the neighborhood, about your experiences, your day-to-day life."
At first, it wasn't that easy until doors opened after a collaboration with a female Kuduro artist.
When I started writing my songs, I had no success. I did this trial for Noite e Dia, and that's how the duo Puto Prata and Noite Dia started being a thing, and that's how Kuduro really happened to me. Kuduro for me is dance. It's harmony, energy, it's rhymes, it's poetry.
Kuduro is a relatively new style. Created in Luanda in the mid-90s, it carries a message and depicts the day-to-day life of Angola's capital urban beat. One of Puto Prata's most recent songs is inspired on a very special movie and carries a special message as well.
Wakanda, I was at home watching that movie, Black Panther, and I said, wow, the first all-black movie. So strong, with action, a beautiful story. I use my songs to motivate people. Wakanda's concept I used on this song to give people the strength so they can feel renewed, with a conquering spirit, with the strength to wake up and keep on moving. We have a crisis in Angola. We have problems, but let's move on.
Many Angolan singers have ties to the ruling party. And Puto Prata was no exception until something very hard happened in his life.
About 18, 19 years ago, I was a kid from Rangel that only wanted to feed himself. I provided for my family. So you can have an idea. I passed out several times in school because I was hungry. And music saved us from hunger, saved us from poverty. And when I started singing and being successful, it was to provide for my family. There are times that for you to act differently, you have to feel it in your bones. My mother died about 2 years ago. Do you understand? I felt it in my bones, looking at my mother laying on the hospital floors. And after that day, I told myself I was not part of MPLA anymore. Kuduro taught me how to be a warrior, a fighter that never gives up. Because being a singer in Angola is like being a hero. Or better, being Angolan is being a hero.
And since he started about 18 years ago, he never stopped. Putu Prata promises a new album in March 2020 around his 34th birthday.
Now, when it comes to racism and diversity, one actress is speaking up after being let go as a judge on a reality competition series. Gabrielle Union, a judge on NBC's America's Got Talent, has called out incidents of a hostile work environment and racially charged events, including that she says she was told that her hairstyle was too black. Union, along with fellow judge Juliana Howe, did not have her contract renewed for another season. A number of celebrities have come to her defense. Actress Ellen Pompeo tweeted, quote, "This is a teaching moment. It's important, white girls, I'm talking to you. Whether you truly understand what racial injustice is or not, that you stand with your sisters on the front lines. Don't cut side deals and do not get involved because it isn't your issue, because it is." The network has since responded with a statement that says that it remains committed to ensuring a respectful workplace for all employees, and they take very seriously any questions about workplace culture. NBC says that it is working with Gabrielle Union, quote, to hear more about her concerns, following which we will take whatever next steps may be appropriate. And we'll end this show this week with a film that is getting us hyped for what is to come in 2020. That is the first trailer for the upcoming James Bond film, No Time to Die. It has been released, in which Daniel Craig returns for the 25th film of the franchise. You don't want to miss this one. Check it out.
Why would I betray you?
We all have our secrets. We just didn't get to yours yet.
And thanks for watching VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Bunganyi. For more entertainment news, check us out at voanews.com. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Until next time, goodbye everyone.